What do your car radio, Superman, and young Anthony Smith have in common? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Help! I need somebody help, not just anybody.
Hi, my name is Alex Chavez, and I'm a nerd. So, because of that, let's talk about superheroes and comic books. Now, before you all turn around and look at me and say, what the heck, Alex, I thought this video was supposed to be about physics. Gold star for you, because it is supposed to be about physics, but that doesn't necessarily mean we can't tie it into real-life situations. Now, before you turn around to me again and say, well, superheroes, I don't understand what they actually have to do with real-life situations. They're not real. Well, again, you're correct. Typically, superheroes fall into the realm of science fiction. What people don't seem to understand is that sometimes the characters in these science fiction books are closer to reality than we realize. Now, at the beginning of the video, I talked about Superman, a guy who has powers that seem almost impossible to replicate. He can fly. Wait, we can fly. With the help of planes, of course, but either way, we can still fly. See what I'm getting at? Another iconic superpower that he possesses is the power of super hearing. Now, basically what this is Superman hears everything at once. Sounds, frequencies, vibrations, everything. Basically what he does is he keys into those sounds and frequencies and picks and chooses what he wants to hear at that exact moment in time. How cool would that be, to have access to all sounds and frequencies and to be able to key in on one specific frequency and listen to it right then and there? Well, we already do that with radio waves. Think about it, your cars, your computers, your phones do everything that Superman's super hearing can do. Now, right now, all of this may seem like just a bunch of gunk falling out of my mouth, but I promise by the end of the video, you'll have a full understanding of what I'm saying. Hopefully. Probably. Maybe. One good grade. Now, to bring all this full circle, we first need to understand the science behind radio waves. But before that, we need to know the origins behind radio waves. In the 1870s, James Clerk Maxwell basically predicted the existence of radio waves, as well as the theory of electromagnetism. Unfortunately, it was just, like I said, a prediction. Officially, radio waves were discovered by Heinrich Hertz. Yes, Miss Fenley, it hurts. That joke is not funny anymore. By Heinrich Hertz in the late 1880s. Hertz demonstrated this by projecting radio waves that were then caught by a receiver. Radio waves are basically invisible forms of electromagnetic radiation. They have the longest wavelengths on the electromagnetic spectrum. They can range from the length of cars to, well, the length of our planet. How does this connect to our daily life? Well, phones and car radios can tune into specific frequencies. They catch those radio waves and convert them into mechanical vibrations. From there, they're turned from mechanical vibrations to sound waves, which is what me and you hear when we're listening to the radio or our phones. Now, let's back up to Superman for a moment. Superman's super hearing is basically the ability for him to hear all frequencies at one time. He can then tune into or intercept that frequency, turn it into mechanical vibrations, and from there he himself can turn it into sound waves so he can hear particularly what exactly he's looking for, which is something that we do every day. Of course, we need the help of technology, but nonetheless, we're doing something that Superman does in comics and in movies that to us seem impossible to do. Now, the last piece to all this is young Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith was an avid comic book reader and wanted to be just like his favorite superheroes, Captain America, Iron Man, and Spider-Man. His one obstacle was that none of his favorite superheroes wore a hearing aid like he did. Now, Marvel Comics' reaction was incredible. They created a superhero named Blue Ear specifically for Anthony. Basically, Blue Ear was a superhero who would use a super hearing aid to listen to frequencies further away from him so he could find people who needed help. Now, while that's a great sentiment, creating a superhero that kids with hearing disabilities can relate to, it also reflects a number of technologies that we have today, and it reflects an even greater number of technologies that we're currently furthering using radio waves. Now, to answer my opening question, what do your car, Superman, and young Anthony Smith have in common? Well, they all know about radio waves and use them every day to help themselves and others. My name's Alex Chavez, and now you're a nerd too.
I'm gonna go to bed. I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't even like physics.